Hi, my name's Phil Togwell. I work for the 24/7 prayer movement and I lead the Prayer Spaces in Schools teams internationally, and it's my privilege to be here in Austria meeting with the team here who are running the Alive Prayer Spaces. Prayer Spaces in Schools was an accident. It wasn't the result of a vision meeting or a strategy meeting. It was an accident, something that God breathed into being. 4 people in England who had experience of 24/7 prayer rooms, who had experience of creative prayer in churches, but also worked in schools, kind of brought the idea together and were surprised at the enormous impact that it had on the children and the young people in those schools. So it was one of those God accidents that you have to join in with once it starts. So prayer spaces have been taking place in schools for 10 years now. We've just celebrated our 10th anniversary of the first prayer spaces back in 2007 and 2008. And in that time, we've tracked and supported at least 3,000 prayer spaces in more than 30 different nations around the world, from Austria here to Australia, from Uganda and Kenya, South Africa, to England and Scotland and Wales, from Germany through to Canada. All sorts of places around the world are experiencing this same move of God in their schools. The truth is that children and young people are not going to walk through the doors of our churches. They're not going to walk through the doors of our meetings and our services, and yet they need to find God. Jesus said, "Go and make disciples." He didn't say anything about coming back. And so I believe the call on the church now is to go and make disciples of this younger generation. Imagine what it will be like if this generation of children and young people can discover what it means to know God outside of our church structures. Imagine what it might mean for them to discover what it is to seek first the kingdom in the world. What a revolution may happen. And I dearly believe that the church is called to reach out to these children and young people, to go and make disciples. For me, the vision of prayer spaces is for children and young people to discover their full potential, to discover the transformation that communion, connection with God can have in their lives. And we want to see millions. We want to see millions of children and young people having this opportunity to commune, to connect with God, perhaps for the very first time in their lives. So get started. Why not you in your church, your parish, with your local friends, with believers in the town where you are? Why don't you get on and serve your local school by running a prayer space?
That's cool, thank you.
Cool.